Welcome back, everyone. How are you guys doing? I hope you are having an amazing day. Okay, we are backity back in this today. Okay, we are back into AI, the Somnium files. I'm going to try to keep this quick, okay, because we need to get to the points. I see you, okay? Y'all that like to skip the intros, I see you. I feel you. Let's get into it so you don't have to skip the intro. Basically, the last time we were playing, we went to look for Miss Girl's dad. Okay, the other victim's husband, partner, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and terrible names, Mizuki. Okay, Mizuki's father, and we really thought we were gonna pinpoint him. We were like, we know this cafe belongs to him. Whatever, let's go there. He might be there right now. Let's pull up, and we pull up, and he is there. He is unfortunately there, but he is not alive. He was hung up on the counter or something like that, or hung up from the counter, something like that, okay? This man was hung up. Hook is hooked onto the fucking inside of his mouth, and his left eye was also removed. I think it was his left. And the mom's eye was the same corresponding eye, so she also had her left eye missing. She died obviously a different way. She died in that abandoned park or whatever. He died in this diner that belongs to him. And we also found out that his intestines were excreted upon death. It is very clearly not a suicide. I think sometimes when you see a death like that where it's hung or somebody's hanged in some sort of way, you might think or suspect that it is due to suicide. I feel like this is so gruesome it can't be suicide. But if we play devil's advocate and we think that he has committed suicide, maybe because he killed the mother or whatever you want to, argue for that theory, whatever the motive was, if he did kill himself, then that is a possibility. It's possible that, this death is so gruesome so that we suspect that he could not have killed himself. But I kind of don't see the benefit of that. So I'm really intrigued to see where we take this, how exactly he was killed, where he was killed, because it's very, very, very possible that he actually died somewhere else and his body was dragged along and placed in this position. So we are going to delve into this and find out what the hell is going on. What's tea? What's good? What's popping? Nothing's clearly popping because this is not a good situation for him at all. In fact, I mean, this is probably going to really negatively affect the diner. Also, I feel really bad for Mizuki because now she has literally zero parents left except for us, which we're more of a guardian, and we don't seem to see her in the most positive light, and neither does she us. So that kind of makes that relationship a little constrained and complicated. My memory is not the strongest, but we did investigate everything here, and that is what we found out. So maybe our goal next is to see, well, where could the body have been actually taken care of before it was brought here. And let's find out. This place is up on the second floor. There's nothing out the window. Okay. I looked inside the wooden box. There's nothing in there. Stores menu counter. Renju weighed about 160 pounds, and he was definitely murdered somewhere else, then carried here. Okay, so yeah, that's the conclusion I think that we really gathered from this ultimately. The oil drum has 200-liter capacity and weighs 44 pounds empty. Yeah, so actually, that's a little odd, right? I didn't pay too much attention to these numbers before because I feel like we did see them last part. But what I'm immediately looking at is 200-liter capacity for 44 pounds empty, right? So 200-liter capacity makes me think that it can carry 200 pounds, right? That does not include the 44 pounds because that's a capacity. So that's an internal amount. This is a kind of oil drum that has a lid. So it's very, very possible that he was carried in an oil drum because they say if we look at, not the box. Okay, I don't see the point of interacting with the box more than once. I meant to look at the counter. If we look at the counter, it says he weighed about 160 pounds. Well, if this can carry, oh, that's 200 liters. I don't know what a liter to pound ratio is. But if it's saying, no, that weighs 44 pounds. So, yeah, my guess is maybe he was carried in this, but I initially was thinking 200. 160 is less than 200, but that's a different unit, so that's actually not relevant. Okay, so we seem to have a few different options right now. We are at the diner. We can go to Lemniscate, and we could go to Golden Yokucho. Yeah, so these are very differently spaced areas. I am wondering if before we go anywhere else, if we can, because I know the map is prompting me to go somewhere else very clearly. But I'm like, can we look outside the store, see if there's any other signs of a struggle? But that doesn't seem to be an option. So let's go ahead and go to... What is Golden Yokucho? My memory is very weak. It's very shaky. So I apologize about that in advance. We're going to go to Golden Yokucho first because I really want to find out where that is, what that is. And then we can go to Lemniscate because... we know what Lemniscate is, right? Lemniscate is the company that he works at. We've been to Lemniscate before to meet with the idol and to meet with the weird stalker fan guy who was the son of that lady that we met, who basically pulled out a knife. Is like, what y'all doing? So let's go to the Golden Yokucho. I don't know if this is going to get us anything. I just don't know where this is. So I really want to find out before we go to Lemniscate again. It does seem like the game might be opening up and it's giving us more options of where to look, where to search, and I do think that's kind of cool. You know, it's nice to have options on progression, but yeah.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Which is that the cafe he actually
You know
worked
about
at?
this place?
What is
Yeah.
this?
This is where I met Renshu for the first time.
Interesting.
Okay.
Didn't think this was your kind of spot.
This was some
This
sort of
place
bar
is
then,
special.
right?
You can find all sorts of shady characters here. It's the best place for gathering information.
Interesting.
About the case. So that's
Okay.
why.
That is only a partial truth.
Not I'm lying.
Shut up.
Huh?
Let's head inside.
Please. Also, Abba's personality is sometimes... Is it Abba? Is it Abby? The AI. AI ball. Iba.
Where
That's what
is
it is.
everyone?
It's been like this for a while. Not many people come
pretty
here
dead.
anymore.
So maybe you won't be able to gather as much intel anymore.
Mama should be here soon, though.
Mama?
Okay.
Who's Mama, girl? It's giving drag queen. Drag queen! I am the queen of drag. That's what it's giving.
At 6:10
Anyway.
p.m. yesterday, on the outer circle of the capital city highway in Minato District.
Okay. I really wanted to go back and see... So these are like just definitions and stuff. Sinker is a person who does the sync, yeah. The sync is basically this device and we go in their dreams or whatever. What is the end system? A network of cameras and recording devices on Japanese highways. Okay, so we've used those before. BL is literally boys love. Like, girl, what? Come on. Pewter. I don't care too much about either of these people, honestly. This is just like a random inspector. An officer working for the CSI unit of the MPD. Earpicks, dandelions, afros, pasaran. I'm guessing that's maybe food. I don't actually know what that is. People don't remember his name. Oh, he hates us. Cilantro, ginkgo. Do y'all think he's one of those people who thinks cilantro tastes like soap? Is that why he hates it? That is a thing, by the way. Google it. At least I'm pretty sure that's cilantro. Extreme ironing. What does that mean? Pretending to be dead. Okay. Great. Love that. It's actually really cute when he takes his mask off. And y'all, he is single. So if y'all are looking, this the one. But please remember his name. Otherwise, he's not gonna stay with you. Is there more page? Oh, there's more pages. I did not notice that. Okay, so Odoin Kiyoma. Oda's pen name. He came up with it by starting with a popular fictional character reference, then spelling out the name in hiragana, then changing the letters to kanji, each character of which contain a certain meaning. Conceal turbidity, a state in which the cornea of the eye turns white and cloudy, a common indicator of death. A time of death can be estimated by... Oh! I did not know that this was something that was used to Estimate death. I didn't know about it. Volatile solvents. Liquid that vaporizes at room temperature. Toluene, acetone, and ethanol are volatile solvents. Interesting. I've never thought of acetone like that. Trunk is another word for the... Girl, we know that. Come on. Online storage. Yeah, we know what cloud storage is. MPD. Okay. Like, I'm sorry. None of this... Used by the national... I don't really see what the point of that is. Time of arrival. Cortisol is a hormone. It's a stress hormone. We don't need to... It's another hormone my brain secretes constantly. Okay, so he's a very stressed man. I totally thought this meant a different kind of sub, and I was like, when did we use this? Abbreviation for sub account, an account that is managed by the same individual as another main account. Remember when Date said, I'm used to syncing? That was a pun. Date is a sinker at Abyss, which is why he made that comment. Girl, okay, this is there's way too much stuff in here. Puncture wound, okay, aphonia. Jurisdiction, Somnium, Dream. It's literally Dream. Okay. Time Insomnium. Okay, Underground. Come on. Some of these are so obvious. What are these organized by? Because why does C come after you? Okay, these are some like tips and stuff, which is cool. Lemniscate, I mean, we know what this is for. Talent agency is represented by a curve. Girl. The curve has a shape like infinite, and in Japanese it's called renjuke. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I know what a gig is. Come on. Come on. Puncture. Come on. Some of these I feel like are so obvious. When used by Yakuza, it likely means an illegal or unscrupulous activity. It also has a sexual connotation, but I wouldn't know anything about that. Exactly. Exactly. Some of these I'm just like, they're so obvious. The Eye of Providence. Depicted as an eye enclosed in a triangle, Providence means of divinity and guidance. An eye that represents God's all-seeing eye that looks down on all of humanity. Originally, the Eye of Providence was not defined to be either the right or left eye specifically. However, most depictions of the Eye of Providence today are drawn as the left eye. Again, our left eye has Iba. I don't know if I'm crazy, but I really feel like maybe Iba's all-seeing. Maybe there is a connection between their eye loss and our eye being our left eye as well, with it having Iba. Also, this seems to have some Illuminati connotations because they have the Eye of Providence, they have the Freemasons, they're right by each other. A fraternity found sometime between the late 16th and 17th century. Publicly, they're an organization devoted to the improvement of moral character, but in reality, yeah, that seems to be a redacted section. A world-famous champagne with a pink label. Okay, some of these are not of a lot of interest. This has found its way to Japan. Interesting. Interesting. The pupil of the eye will dilate upon death. Okay. Yeah, a lot of this stuff just seems to be stuff that we're already aware of. I'm gonna go ahead and just like skip through these, but I think if we need to, we can, we know the tips are here for us to go back to them. I do like how they have like these sections, like, maybe these are in order, so you can kind of like have some point of reference to some of the stuff that's going on, but this seems to be mainly just art of the game. Okay. I don't love to look at flowcharts, so we will probably avoid them for the most part until we finish the game. But I do see that there was one branch where we could have done something else, and I'm going to wonder if all of the Somniums are going to be handled like that or not. I'm not really sure. Okay, let's get back into the game. I didn't really ever discover what I was looking for, so we're going to go back, and I'm going to go to the persons, and I'm going to go to Renju. No. I thought maybe it was gonna tell me about how he died or what time that he died, so that I don't have to note it in my own head. But that doesn't seem to be an option, so we're just gonna keep it pushing. At 6:10 p.m. yesterday, on the outer circle of the capital city highway in Minato District,
A
Tokyo.
traffic collision occurred involving 5 cars and at least 1 truck.
There's a lot of cars in a traffic incident.
MPD has arrested the driver of the truck suspected to be the cause of the accident for negligence.
Was it a DUI? Was it some other issue?
Is ongoing.
Okay. Okay, so part of me wants to assume that that is relevant, just because I feel like in games like this, most things are going to be relevant. The bar counter, there's a TV on the wall,
Dante,
great.
what was that weird show you used to watch?
What weird show?
The
What
one with
kind?
the girls running in slow motion.
Girl, not Baywatch.
What was so good about it?
Everything.
Right? That would probably be Baywatch. Is there more to talk about? No.
Man, I could use a drink.
No, you're driving.
You
Right.
just drive?
Indeed I can, but I refuse.
How the fuck can Iba drive?
Nothing good comes of you being drunk.
Valid. I don't know if that's some sort of foreshadowing or if he's like an alcoholic or it's something else. There are bottles of alcohol on the shelf. We can see that. Yeah. A picture on the wall. I don't know why I thought that was a statue at first, but it makes sense for that to be a picture. It's a little seductive, but it's also a little like kinky, a little... it's very, very much like a sexual gaze kind of perspective. I don't think they're just like flashing pits and chest and like having all of these highlights and shadows the way that they do not to frame the body for us to look at it in that way. It's a little odd. I don't know what he means by a little odd though. It just feels a little seductive. I don't really think there's anything more to it. We can look at the menu, but I want to keep looking around first. We have the blackboards, which have the specials written on them. Slippers and tomato soup. That doesn't sound like a great, fun flavor. The specials are written on the chalkboard, okay. A sofa. Great. Like, what's your point? There's a table in front of the sofa. Okay. That's an observation. It's a menu. It has writing on the back. Well, can we read the writing on the back? Can we see what's on the menu? Is the menu of interest? It's just a stool. Bottles on counter. There are bottles lined up on the counter. Let's count them. I don't know why I feel inclined to, so I will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That I see right in front of me. Okay. Beer tap.
I don't want to get drunk. I just want to be sobriety impaired. Allow me to ruin your stupid joke before you say it.
It's not stupid.
Oh. Well, he's probably said it before then. It's not a great joke. It's not very interesting nor funny. A refrigerator.
Mizuki, you mind cleaning some of your stuff out of the fridge at home?
Clock it.
Not gonna happen.
Oh. That's crazy. What do you mean not gonna happen? Y'all, I hate people who have roommates like that. Like, if you tell somebody to clean it, at least say, I'm gonna get to it. At least say, oh yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Like, I will. Like, come on. That's like bare minimum, I feel. 9 bottles. There are 9 bottles. Is that how many we counted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We did. What is that? What is that? That looks like a paper of some sort. I don't know why I can't zoom in on it. Just kidding. They're 18. That's how many there are. Let's count carefully. What? I don't know how he got 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is he just counting both stacks? There are 18 bottles lined up on the counter. Okay, girl. I don't see how, though. We're going to get to the radio last, by the way, because I just feel like when we get to it, we're going to get to it. And that's probably where the plot is going to advance. I want to say, let's look at the posters. There's a poster on the wall. The Talented Mr. Dickley. I wonder what that is. Is it a porno? Like, there's a flyer as well. You can't really see it, what the flyer is for. Can we look at the door? Lights? Wall? Oh, we can look at this. A hanger. Maybe for a coat? It's very random to me, but I would guess that this would be to hang your coat or something. That just feels like awkwardly high. Like, why would you hang up your stuff that high? I don't know. Okay, let's listen to the radio. There's music playing over the radio. I know we're probably going to have to talk to her as well, but... Okay. That seems to be the only thing left. So I guess we will. I guess. Okay. It's been a long time since we did this. Let's go with that.
Did what?
Sat at a table together like this. We haven't eaten
In
dinner
general?
together in a while. After I finish working on this case, we should do it again.
Yeah.
Why? Because of what happened to my mom and daddy?
No, because you should be doing that anyway if you live with her. Like, that's fucking cruel to me.
I don't need that.
Date, this is where you need to take a stronger role as a
Right, like, you should have had a stronger role in the first place,
Data
though.
suggests that children who eat alone are prone to mental imbalances and poor physical condition.
Physical condition, too? I knew about the mental imbalances,
The
but
meals you
sheesh.
prepare do have sufficient nutritional
Oh, okay.
content.
That's good, at
However,
least.
you need to make sure that Mizuki is eating all of it. Otherwise, your effort is wasted.
Girl, we can't force her to eat. We can only try. Plus, I understand being depressed is really hard to eat. This is a terrible line. I don't even know what to say. Are we gonna look at her? Mizuki is sitting next to me. Okay. Are you tired about Renju? We're gonna ask about Renju, honestly. I want to know how
Date.
she's
What did you
feeling,
and
how
daddy
she's
used to
thinking.
talk about when you were here?
I really hope that we answer this sincerely and that it's not something scummy and overly sexualized and that it's actually child appropriate.
I don't remember a lot of it. I was usually drinking pretty hard.
Girl.
Don't worry, I have everything recorded.
Oh.
In fact, the conversation about you taking care of Mizuki took place here, at Marble.
Oh, wow.
Really?
The topic was brought up several times afterward, but the first time was here, 4 years ago, after drinking enough liquid courage. Renju asked you to take care of Mizuki.
So immediately my mind goes to why would he ask us to take care of Mizuki instead of him or his wife or ex-wife? I don't really know when they split.
At the time, Renju was recently divorced, buried in work at Lemnisgate, and mentally unstable.
I mean, I guess, but at that point, wouldn't you have her stay with the ex-wife?
It was a display of excellent judgment. It was a good thing that he managed to swallow his pride.
No, like, I understand that. I fully respect that and actually agree with that. If you cannot take care of your kid, please find somebody who can. And, like, maybe his ex-wife couldn't. But I feel like if she could, I really hope that this wasn't like a selfish... Oh my god, I almost fell in my chair. I hope this wasn't like a selfish intent for him to keep his child super close to him and like have some grasp of control. Rather than like sharing her with his ex-wife. Because I know sometimes there's like weird relationships like that.
You think so? Sometimes I don't think it was the right move.
I mean... I don't know if it is, but we currently don't really know if there's any better options.
I guarantee you that it was the best decision.
Let's hope so.
Okay. I hate these suggestions, man. These are terrible options. I guess we'll ask if she's having fun at school.
It's okay.
Is it?
Yup.
She doesn't really want to talk about it.
Do you have a lot of friends?
Yeah. But I don't really like my elementary school friends. They're too immature. I have more fun with Iris and Ota.
I get that. Wait, who's Iris? Oh, that's literally the idol and the other person.
I
Girl.
don't know if they're too immature. You're just very mature for your age.
That's fair. How old is she? I want to look again because I don't remember. She's 12. Okay. How old are Ota and... I'm sorry, I really forgot that man was 24. What was... No, that's not what she said. Where is Iris on here? Oh, she's literally right there. Iris Sagan. Iris is more age appropriate, I guess, but she's still too old for her. She's still way too old for her. I also do not like Iris. I really hate Iris for how she tried to blackmail us. Fuck that.
You think so? The kids at school are so stupid. They gossip about who had their first kiss for days.
I mean,
I don't see why that's anyone's business.
honestly, there's adults like this too, though. We can't act like this is a child-only behavior. The gossipers, they're gonna gossip up into their 50s, their 60s, their hundreds, okay? Some bitches are in the grave talking about, did you hear my granddaughter had sex with her baby daddy? Like, come on. Come on. Y'all, we need to clock it. We need to clock it because the gossipers are gonna gossip regardless. That's not an age thing, in my opinion. I do think that it's more rampant among younger people, but I do think it's still possible for older people to do the same thing. Like, if you look at like an Arab auntie community, okay, an Indian auntie community, and Nepali aunties, all the aunties, okay, most of the aunties across the world, girl, they want to gossip. They want to tell you about such and such's daughter and son and whoever the fuck else, okay? They want to give you the tea. They want to give you the tea. They want to know what you think about it, and then they want to go and share that as well. They want the gossip. They like the drama. They do. A lot of people do. And I was seeing how somebody saying, some people say that like that's why people are so heavily invested in reality TV, because you can throw that shit away and it's not your personal problem, it's somebody else's, and you can vicariously live through them without creating that chaos for yourself. And I kind of can respect that. At least I would much rather somebody gossip about like something on TV than like gossip about a real human person, especially when it's not like something that involves you. I'm not gonna lie, I am sometimes a gossiper. I try really not to be because I don't see the benefit in it most of the time. I'll like intervene with like internet gossip because I don't think it's real. It doesn't really matter. It's not really hurting anyone from my point of view. But I think when it's something that's more personal, yeah, we kind of do need to lay off that unless it's a personal thing that we are attached to. Because when you're attached to a personal thing, you should address it. You should talk about it. I don't think there's anything that is going to say that you shouldn't, because if you are personally involved, if you are personally being targeted, if you are personally being defamed, if you are personally being defamed, then that's how shit goes. Okay, if somebody's gonna talk shit about me, I'm gonna go and tell other people that somebody's talking shit about me if I want to, because I think that's my right. And if somebody's beating you, if somebody's abusing you, things like that, like, I don't think that's something that you need to keep to yourself. Bitch, go tell everybody on the block. But I do think that when you do that, you need to think of the consequences, because if you do that and then your friends tell you to leave your man and you go back with him, guess what? They're gonna hate him forever. So, as they should. As they should. If somebody told me their man was beating them, guess what? I hate that man forever. Whether you go back with him or not, I'm gonna hate him most likely forever, because I will not be able to get that image out of my head. So y'all should be considering what you talk about and what you mention. And that's why I feel like when people blow up like a small thing about their partner or their friend or whatever, I think it's a terrible idea. Don't blow it up, because when you get that into other people's heads, that is how they will see that person. Because they're not you. They're not getting to see all of it. Even if you're leaving out all the good details and you're only putting out bad details, that's how the people are going to feel about it, because that's all they have. That's all they have. And bad evidence is a lot of the times easier to believe than good evidence, especially when it comes first. If all this time you've been building up the good evidence and then you put in bad evidence, I do think that there's like a little bit of a skew. There's a little bit of a, well, maybe, whatever. But if you're leading with the bad news and you try to back it up with the good news later, I'm telling you, people will always believe the bad news first. Anyway, we're going to get back into this. I don't see why that's anyone's business.
Grade schoolers move fast.
You know, they want the tea, they're bored.
Nah, not really. It's pretty normal nowadays.
It's crazy to me how some people are having sex at 12 years old, 13 years old. Like, y'all are literally children. Okay, if you want to do anything, go play with yourself. Leave the other people alone, okay? Go do things by yourself, please. Please. Okay. That's why the parents who are like, no, I would rather, no, please talk to your kid about it. Because I think when people talk to their kids about it, sometimes they're also more willing to wait. Please talk to your kids about it. About everything. About so many things. Because I promise you, if you try to keep it a secret, tell them never, never, whatever, they're going to go and do it on themselves. By themselves. They're going to go and do it, and they're going to be like, oh, I have my own autonomy. I have my own control, whatever. And they're going to put themselves in the worst, shittiest situations. I didn't do that at 12, at 13, because I did not have the ability to. But I promise you, I did so many things that I shouldn't have done when I was the appropriate ages. Some things were just not, like, I shouldn't have done them, period. Like, it's not even, like, an ethical issue. It's more of, like, a danger issue. And I think when people are so strict, when parents are so strict on their kids, I think it really makes for kids who really want to break that mold, who really want to feel like they are in control of themselves and their lives. And if it's not as a child, they're going to gain that control at some point in their life. And we really want to set people up to not act on impulse. We don't want to set people up to act so chaotically and with so much lack of self-preservation and self-control. And I think it's so important to not be strict, but to always be open and actually acknowledge people and raise your kids with the idea that, like, you're always willing to listen and talk about stuff, because I think it normalizes so many things in the sense of, like, making them make better decisions. I think it really sets people up for that. So things like this, you know, maybe this shit would be less wild. Maybe it would. Maybe I'm talking too much.
Kissed anyone yet? Have you?
No, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, she's I'm on my business. Right.
Oh, thank God.
Clock it. We love that for her. Are you tired?
No. And what do you mean by that?
Also, I promise you, she has other problems going on right now. Like, I can't help but be thinking about that when I'm in a situation like hers. You know?
Nothing. Just let me know.
So many other problems. I'm so glad that she's actually, like, probably at least maybe facing them on her own. And if she's not, I really hope that we talk to her and try to make sure that she does acknowledge them and she's not just avoiding all these issues that she's facing.
You can go home anytime you want.
You aren't really worried about me, you just think I'm annoying, right?
I don't know about him, but me personally, I am very worried about you.
Don't beat around the bush, just say it. But you know what? It wouldn't matter anyway because I'm not going home.
What do you mean by that? We should have at least one meal together. At least one is crazy. Just have a meal.
I told you I don't want to.
Why not?
Because, I don't like how you hold chopsticks. It makes me sick.
She's so funny. She's like, I don't know how to talk about this, so I am going to come up with whatever bullshit excuse I can come up with.
People have always told me that I have good technique. Some even say it's beautiful.
I don't know if I would go that far.
Disgusting. Too clean.
What? That's crazy. There's no.
Besides, there's no point in eating together.
Why
not?
Because you don't talk when you're eating.
Oh.
I don't like sitting in silence.
I get that, actually.
Well, we don't have to be quiet.
I think that makes you feel a lot more isolated, a lot more lonely. It really does. I felt that way a lot growing up, I think. Sometimes for me it was the sense of, like, I felt like I had to talk or things like that. And I think most of my childhood was, like, relatively, like, because I feel like I'm forcing myself to think about this, right? And I think a lot of the time we didn't really argue while we ate, but as my family became a little more unstable, there was just, like, a lot going on in my life when I was younger. I feel like I had a lot more issues with it. Parts of it for me was always, like, being forced to eat too much. That's why I kind of don't like to, you know, I don't want to force her to eat, because I don't really think any benefit will come from that if you don't want to eat like that by yourself. But I do think that, you know, somebody needs to eat something. You can't just not eat at all. And another part of it is I feel like you want to, you know, have meals with people that you feel comfortable and actually enjoy spending time with, because I think when things just feel unstable, like, it just feels like another thing that you're just forced to do and another thing that you're just forced to be in, and it makes you just feel so trapped. It just makes eating also feel really bad, and you kind of can associate feelings with that. I remember one time, I think I wrote a piece about this, but it was the idea of how much I grew when it came to eating. and I had so many issues of like people just like pointing out things that I wouldn't eat, making me uncomfortable. Me not liking eating around others because maybe they didn't like how much I ate, whether it was too little or too much. I feel like there's so many issues that we tend to have around food. And personally, I've had a lot of issues around food when it comes to like actually eating around people. I don't really have issues with eating by myself, at least not anymore. I used to be very, very picky, so that also is another thing. But when people weren't like pushing me to eat certain things and I went out of my way to try food, I got more comfortable. And so from my point of view, I'm currently like in a situation where I'm like, I hope we are able to bridge this relationship with her and kind of make it stronger, have a stronger foundation there so that we can actually connect more with her rather than making her feel isolated and like she's with this other person, right? But she doesn't feel that connection. She doesn't feel like she's wanted to, because I think when you're with somebody, you can't talk to them openly. And honestly, it's just very uncomfortable.
It's fine. I don't like hearing you talk either.
I believe she has entered her teenage rebellion.
I don't think
phase
that's
a
what this
year
is.
earlier.
This is gonna be rough.
I don't think this is a rebellious phase. I think she's just going through a really tough time.
Honey, long time no see.
Period. Is she a drag queen or is she a trans queen? Because those are two different things.
Hey, Mama, how have you been?
Oh, tired and sore, but not in a fun way.
She is cunty though. I love the little fur that she has. The necklace is not giving, unfortunately. I also love the purple though. Her necklace looks a lot better in the picture down here on the left side than it does in like the actual game image. But alas. Alas.
Watch the innuendo in front of the kid.
Wait, what'd you say? Girl, I was not paying attention. I'm so sorry.
Oh, tired and sore.
That's
Not-
crazy. I don't feel like... I mean, I think pointing it out is worse than, like, just dodging it. I feel like when you acknowledge something like this, like, it makes it more obvious.
Oh, who is this?
Renju's daughter.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Oh, it must have been hard. I saw on the news.
It's okay. Really.
Oh, it must have been so hard.
Girl, please, don't push it.
Stupid Ren. What was he thinking, leaving his little girl like this?
It's definitely not a suicide.
Oh.
Hey, Mama. I wanted to ask you some questions
But
about
I
Renju.
can understand the public thinking that.
Oh. I guess crying isn't gonna solve the thing, is it? Go ahead, ask away. I'll help any way I can.
Okay. Mizuki's curling up a little. Maybe she's intimidated by Mama. Girl. Mama's not scary at all. I'm sorry. Like, maybe she's just unsettled by the voice being so deep. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's nothing crazy scary about Mama's appearance at all. But, you know, being in queer spaces, that obviously maybe makes that experience a little different. Let's talk to her first. Are you scared of Mama?
Not really.
What does that mean?
Oh, don't worry, honey. I don't bite. I'm only aggressive when it comes to men 20 through...
Girl.
65.
That's a pretty wide range.
Period.
Gotta widen
That's a
my
pretty
neck
good
for a
range.
catch like you, Date, honey.
Okay, now why does she curl up like that?
I think I'll ignore that one.
I think I'll...
She's just playing along, okay? I don't like the idea of, like, gay and queer people always, like, hitting on everyone. Like, I think that's one of the things that I tend to have a gripe with, so I don't necessarily love that.
I heard that shady characters hang out here.
Maybe that's part
So
of it,
who
too.
are you and how do you fit in?
No one special. I'm just a
Off
facilitator.
the wink. That's so funny.
A facilitator?
People who come in here tend to have very specific interests. I help accommodate.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Mama's like, an informant.
What does that mean?
That's right. And I won't charge you this time. Just promise to get the bastards who did this to Ren for me.
Right. This is for Renju.
I promise.
Okay, so was Renju queer? Like, I'm just, because this is very clearly a gay bar, okay? We have the sexy man on the wall. I don't know if Mama is a queer man or if she's just a queer woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, that does make a difference a little bit. I guess it doesn't matter because she just works here, but I don't know if it's actually like her bar and she actually owns it, because that would make a little bit of a difference. Is this your first time at a place like this? I can't really see exactly what's going on in the posters, because that was one of my main things where I'm like, if I can see them, maybe I can put a little bit more together.
At some fish pocket they served alcohol, but I've never been to a bar like this.
There's nobody else here, so it's not like...
I would hope not. You're in elementary school.
Right, but
Daddy
you brought
invited
her
me along
here.
sometimes, but I was too shy to go.
Oh.
Good call.
I was planning on going one day when I was old enough to drink. I wanted to go to a bar with Daddy.
Girl, why would you bring your kid while you're trying to pick people up? Mizuki seems to be wary of Mama. You know? That bothers me a little bit, but I'm just like, I just want to know why. You know?
Have you heard any rumors about Renju? Anything about grudges, disputes?
Well...
Is it okay to talk in front of Mizuki?
Right, like, she don't need to be knowing all this, T.
Yes, I want to be here.
Trust me, you couldn't drag her away.
Okay, girl.
If you say so.
I'm just like, what are we gonna talk about?
Apparently, Ren had some connections with the Kumakura gang.
Oh? What does that entail? Clearly, we feel some type of way about that.
A gang?
Yeah.
Was that her
real
heart
rough
beating
customers.
fast, or is this
This
mine?
is their turf.
So Daddy was involved with gangsters.
Mizuki, that company Shoko was running, were they also tied to the Kumakuras?
I don't know.
That would be good to know, though. Is Renju a regular? I mean, we know that answer, no?
I haven't seen him for a while. I thought I was going to shrivel up and die of boredom without you boys around.
She's so funny.
Shrivel up. You look like a purple water balloon.
That's crazy.
That's right. Care to give me a poke?
That's
Yes.
crazy. Not the body shaming. Oh, that was crazy. What are we doing? I don't know. I'm just like, is this necessary? The body shaming is crazy. Let's ask about business in general, I
Not
guess.
bad.
Hey, that's good. I want
That
you to
thing's
keep
about
this
to
place
piss me
open as
off.
long as you can. It makes me feel sad and old when a place I used to visit closes down.
What did he say? I'm sorry. Yeah, I get that.
Well, then you should visit more often. I can hook
Period.
you up in more ways than one.
See, now that is a good delivery.
Just the one way is fine, thanks.
Why does she look so scared? Is she holding a knife? I don't know if she's cleaning. I can't really tell. I mean, maybe that's like a bottle. No, that doesn't look like a bottle opener to me. What else do you remember about Renju?
Well, there was the watch incident.
What is that?
I'm sure you remember that one.
Watch incident?
You don't remember?
Girl, our memory is terrible, just
Your
like
drunk
mine.
ass spilled your beer on Ren's watch.
Okay.
Ren was furious, yelling about how this watch is more important than my life, or whatever.
What? What? No, that's a little that's actually very suspicious.
He blew up on you. That was the only time I've ever seen Ren that mad.
So it's either associated to someone, maybe it had something within it, maybe it's some sort of digital machine.
That's why
I'm
I
not
remember
quite
so
sure.
well.
Was it this watch?
I pulled out the watch I had in my pocket. It was the one I found in the oil drum at Sunfish Pocket. Oh, so we literally found something in the oil drum. Bitch, he was definitely dragged in that oil drum then.
Yeah, that's it. Why do you have it?
Girl.
Was it at the scene?
Yeah.
Ren was given that watch by his lover. It was an anniversary gift, I think.
Lover?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot Mizuki was here.
Y'all, I mean, what else would he be here? Come
No,
on.
it's fine.
But of course, it wasn't an affair. This was all after he was...
Period! Period! Oh, they literally... They literally got divorced because he wanted some mans, and the wife didn't want to open the marriage.
Daddy had a new lover.
Maybe. I don't know if that's actually why they got divorced. See, now I'm stirring the pot. Oh, no, we're not going to the bathroom yet. Mama's polishing a dried bonito fish. Okay, I guess we're going to the bathroom.
The bathroom?
Yeah. This place is small. The bathrooms are outside.
Take care.
I gave her a nod and a wave and left. That's weird. No?
Iba, get boss on the line.
Oh, we're literally taking a phone call.
Got
Okay.
it.
What's up?
Mizuki is at a bar called Marble down in Golden Yokocho.
Okay.
Send someone over to pick her up.
She's not at the hospital?
Yeah, she snuck out.
A bitch.
I
Not
took her
us
along
ratting
while I
her
was doing some
out.
work, but I can't take her any further.
Understood. I'll send someone.
Counting on you, boss.
Are you going to leave Mizuki here?
Yes.
That's insane.
I can't take her into a Yakuza den.
Oh, we're literally going right into the gang. Okay. That's valid, though. Like, there's no way I would take a child. I didn't realize we would just be going straight fucking there.
Who's this asshole?
You made a big mistake coming here. Go
I love how
home.
it doesn't give them a name.
All right. Bye then.
Hey, Date!
What? Ugh, I hate dealing with these chumps.
Didn't you hear me?
Do you want to die, old man?
Are they just gonna attack me?
You bastard!
Was this Iba taking control? What the hell is going on?
Sorry for the late
We
introduction.
should put that gun
I'm a
away.
BMBD.
A cop, huh?
Yeah.
So, you want to explain
Not
what
the dramatic
fuck a
humor.
cop is doing in
Dramatic
my office?
music.
I think we should exchange names before exchanging expletives.
Right.
Name's
What's
Moma,
yours?
The war horse. Don't give a fuck. what
War
you-
horse.
All right, MoMA. I have a few things I want to ask you.
Which are?
What do you know about the new Cyclops serial killings?
Okay.
Shoko Nadami and Renju Ukiura had their left eye pulled out and were murdered. And I think you know something about it.
What does he know? I just feel like it can't be a coincidence that Iba's in our left eye and their left eyes are missing.
Saw it on the news,
We might be a target too.
but we had nothing to do with it. Even if we did, we wouldn't spill to no cops.
Is there anything to take note of?
A bronze dragon.
A bronze dragon holding a golden ball.
Golden ball, huh?
Golden ball like Iba? Come on, that has to be some sort of metaphor or some sort of reference to Iba. She's an AI ball that is golden that goes in our left eye. Come on. Something about that is weird. Okay.
It's kind of frightening seeing all these lanterns lined up.
That's not really...
Scared, like, scared.
You
There's
don't
nothing
have to
scary
repeat.
about them. A Shinto shrine. The Kamakura crest. It's more lanterns. Okay. They just literally say Kamakura on them. Okay. Kumakura. Kumakura. Right? Kumakura. Okay. Here is... Is he holding it just with his tail? What is he holding it with? No, that's with one of his feet. That's his tail, which is more of a lightning, fiery situation going on. A window. Member A, talk to him.
I got nothing to say to you.
Okay, he doesn't want to talk to me. Member B.
There would be no point in talking to him in that state.
Okay, so it's kind of pointless. Skinny one, he's completely out. Fat one, he's holding his stomach in pain.
Hey, Iba, look. Flying squirrel taking a nap.
The rug is not cute
It
at
is
all. It's very
clearly-
ugly. The company philosophy on the wall. If you accidentally enter a bar instead of a restaurant, don't feel obligated to order a drink. That's so funny. Even if the bartender gives you that order a damn drink look. That's quite the motto. Okay, I guess. Company philosophy is like a summary of the ideals and goals of that company. I get that. Okay. Like, so they don't drink much? Like, what is there a point so that they don't get drugged? Like, I don't really understand what the point is. Some kind of permit. Okay. There's a locker near the window. Okay. There's a whiteboard. Last month's schedule is written on the board. 21st, Ikakin's beatboxing for beginners. So they're getting some training in. Last month's schedule. Okay. We have a metal door, the entrance. We have a partition that's set up by the doorway, probably to obscure the view from visitors.
Hey, Iva. It's pronounced partition and not partition.
I know
Okay.
how it's pronounced.
Like, what? I don't understand what that was for. Lockers are lined up on the wall. It's a desk. It probably belongs to someone in the gang. There are a ton of things on top. I mean, it looks like each of the mini desks is shared by somebody else. There's another door here that leads to the next room.
What does a guy like the chairman need this for? They probably just uses it for porn.
Girl, bye.
Not every man in the world is like you, Date.
Not Iba coming for us. Is that what we use our work computer for? That's insane. We need to do better. There's a PC on top of the desk. The chairman's desk. Is there anything else of interest here? There's a telephone on the desk. Okay. We probably should just talk to him, huh? Where's the chairman?
What? Chairman is right in front of you.
What?
I run the Kumakura gang. I'm Moma Kumakura.
That can't be right. The chairman of the Kumakuras is Rohan.
What? What does
You
that
are the
smile
chairman.
mean?
Yo, asshole. You need a lesson in manners?
Date, wait.
Oh. Did he die, maybe?
I did some research and discovered that Rohan Kumakura died last year.
How did he die?
He leapt to his death from the roof of a building.
Oh.
Suicide?
Oh.
But MoMA did not take over last year. MoMA took over 6 years ago.
What?
6 years ago.
That's weird. Okay. About Renju. What's going on with our memory?
I told you, I got nothing to say.
Do we just not remember past a certain point, or are our memories just fragmented and an entire jumbled mess?
You deaf or something?
Tell us more about
Don't
Shoko.
know nothing. I know her face and her name. It was on the news. Nothing else.
Shoko was part of an investment fraud scheme, and I have it on good authority that a certain Yakuza gang was helping him.
Wouldn't
Okay.
know nothing about that, cop.
I mean, they wouldn't admit to it. We need evidence.
Date, a minute, please.
What is it?
Do you see the sofa in the reception area? There is an ashtray on top of the coffee table.
What about it?
It is peculiar.
What?
Thermal imaging reveals that they are both warm.
The sofa and ashtray.
What am I gonna see that I couldn't before? One of the cigarette butts, the tip is
Yeah,
reddish.
Can you turn off the thermal vision?
Sure.
I
Fine.
see. The cigarette brand is Klein.
I don't understand how that's
Why is
relevant.
that relevant?
Small details will come in useful later. Trust me.
What does that have to do with the heat, though? Okay, let's look at the couch. There's something hidden in the couch, then? Oh, there's a heat signature from the
Part
pillow?
of the cushion is still red.
Just as I thought.
So there's something probably in there now. Was there someone here recently?
What are you talking about? You're the first guest today, although
Okay.
you are an uninvited guest.
Don't lie now. Someone was sitting on the sofa and smoking very recently.
How do you know that?
I just do.
I'm sorry, I have trouble believing that this guy couldn't have just sat on the side and smoked that cigarette. Was he smoking something else?
Oh, right. I remember now. Just a bit ago, one of our guys was on the sofa.
Okay.
Are you talking about these guys right here?
He's gonna say yes, right? Yeah.
Not possible. When I came in,
You made a big mistake coming here. Go home.
Is he already sitting on the wrong side?
Who's this asshole?
neither of them was on the sofa, and neither of them was smoking.
Oh, at all on the sofa. Okay.
They left.
Who left?
An insurance salesman, right before you came in.
I don't think so. I didn't pass by anyone on my way here, and I happen to know this office only has one entrance.
Okay, I just don't know how soon that must have been used for us to have detected it.
Which means, whoever it is...
Oh, are they back there?
They're still in this office somewhere. Let me check the back.
Why you want to do that?
I just wanted to say hello to our guest.
I'm telling you, you're the only one here.
Can we force that? We don't have a
Then
permit.
you won't mind me checking.
I really just don't know what the legalities of this situation
There
are.
must be someone they don't want us to see, somewhere behind that wall.
Can we x-ray this?
Just as I thought.
Okay, a man in some sort of kimono, maybe a yukata, I'm not really sure.
This must be whoever was sitting on the sofa and smoking earlier.
My evolver can shoot right through this wall.
We can't just shoot them.
Wait! Is he not getting it?
What?
Never mind. The person behind the wall is unarmed. I cannot approve the use of a revolver in this situation.
Damn it.
Does she have to approve for us to use our gun? Are they gonna try to attack us? He's gonna pull out a gun. Bitch, get out of the way. What is going on? What is this? Did we just predict like 5 seconds into the
Dante,
future?
a porno mag at your feet.
What?
There's a quick time event? Bitch, this is weird. This is not the time to be reacting to something like
Hey.
that. There's no reason for that to
Did
be
you
working.
just shoot at me?
Are they just gonna make him out to be some kind of horn dog? Come on. Is that a fucking machine gun?
Whoa, wait a minute.
No way, dude, stop! This is insane! There is no way. Bitch, is this gonna be another QTE? Do I have to dodge? Who the fuck just pulls out a machine gun?
Dante, load a revolver with explosive round. Aim for the dragon's gold ball on the right.
The what? Oh, that. Why?
Just do.
Bitch, can I just shoot? Okay. We only get one shot, girls. Bitch, how do I shoot? Okay. I was like, hello? I'm pointing already. Ah! What the? Oh. That's crazy.
Iva, you saved me.
This is insane.
Everything happened as I simulated it.
So, where's this porno mag?
They really need to ruin the mood, huh?
You idiot. There is no adult
Like, what the
magazine.
fuck, dude?
However, I know that your reaction time is up to 3.6 times faster when you are excited.
This is loser
I simply
behavior.
took advantage of that behavior.
You should be excited about the fact that you're gonna die. And that would be a good enough incentive to
What the
dodge.
hell?
This is embarrassing. Like,
You're a grown man. Aren't you too old to be playing with toys?
Shit.
how do we get behind him so quickly?
Hey, coward. I see you. Show your face.
Get out. Like, what are we doing, man?
I know you.
Who is this? Why do we know him? Also, could we not smell the smoke? If he was actually smoking another cigarette. Come on.
That's...
Sejima, so, Congressman.
What is this guy doing here?
What do you mean, Congressman? Well, we will pick up next time. We will pick up next time, and I am a little bit like, ooh, we need a second, because there's a few assumptions that are currently going on around in my mind, and it's the idea that was Renju a queer man getting with a congressman, and they're trying to keep it on the low key? Or is this man adding to the conversation some other way? I don't really remember what the Kamakura like involvement is. I know Mama mentioned Kamakura to us, or Kumakura, and that's why we are, you know, doing what we're doing. But I kind of need to figure out the exact reasons, you know. So I will be going back and looking over this VOD actually once we are finished, but we are kind of wrapped up now. Like, I will be back again. This subscription goal you can ignore. It didn't need to be there. I will be back again next week on next Wednesday with more AI Somnium files, but I'm a little bit like, is Renju a gay man? Like, is he one of us? Or is he curious? Is he just trying to get some tea? Just trying to kiki with some of the girlies? Like, we don't really know. We kind of know. We kind of have an idea, but we don't know for sure. Okay? And it's actually crazy to me that we literally left Mizuki at the gay bar. Not because I don't trust Mama, but because of the fact that why the fuck are we just leaving a child at a bar? Like, that's just not the responsible thing to do, whether you can trust a bartender or not. Again, even if we are on like decent terms with this bartender, I'm not gonna leave my child there and leave my ass behind and go do something else. And also not tell her. Like, that's, to me, it's kind of assholey and shitty, but, you know, maybe I don't know things the way that I wish I knew things. Okay? I don't have too many words. I'm very curious to see what exactly the Kumakura suggestions and relations are, to see why the fuck is this congressman in this Yakuza's office? Why was he hiding in their office? I mean, it's probably, you know, he was probably hiding because he is in public relations and he's a political figure and he is involved with the mafia in some sort of way, with the Yakuza, sorry. So I'm very curious to see what exactly that relationship is going to look like and what exactly it all entails, because I'm not quite sure what the breakdown of that is going to look like. I'm also not sure of Mizuki's, like, emotional status. Like, is she going to be okay? Is she going to be okay? I don't know. I will admit that this is going to be a very long series, I think, because we're just probably going to have very, very many parts, and I don't know if I necessarily am going through this as fast as some other people might be. I do estimate for this to end up being like a 30-part series. Okay, which is probably going to be the longest actually on my YouTube, unless you include all of the Tomb Raider games together, which might not be as long. Excuse me. But yeah, I will be back next week with more AI Somnium files. I am trying to upload almost every single day of the actual week, the work week. So you'll see many of my VODs up. I want to make more shorts, but I don't see that happening until after, until next weekend at the latest, unless I manage to squeeze in a little bit extra time here and there. But other than that, this is going to be all for me for this week, for AI Somnium files. Other than that, we are going to wrap up this AI Somnium file video and come back with more AI Somnium files next time. If you guys are watching on YouTube, if you guys want to check me out, you know, and stick with me, okay, you could go ahead and hit the subscribe button below, hit that like button, put a little comment saying, oh my god, Mama hates, Mama's that baddie, tell me you love Mama's outfit, or tell me if you hate Mama, why do you hate her? Are you transphobic? Are you homophobic? Because if so, this is not the place for you. Now, if you are criticizing how the game portrays these characters, that's valid. Don't comment any spoilers. Don't comment any spoilers, you will get banned. Okay, no backseating either. Don't tell me how to play the game. You can offer up your opinions, your thoughts on what we've experienced so far. No theories, because I know the girlies will always break the rules and they're gonna pretend that they're theorizing on something that they already know. Don't do it. Don't do it. You will get banned. You will get banned. But yes, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Tell me what you think during the Discord. Follow me on my socials. Okay, follow me on Twitch. I stream every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time and Saturdays at 12 p.m. Central Time. So we really have a lot of variance there in when you can join. You know, the times are very different. They're versatile. Period. But yeah, that's going to be all for me. I hope you guys have a great night, morning, afternoon, whatever it is where you are. And I will see y'all again. Yeah. Bye, everyone.